Let's talk about Matt Armstrong. We've seen him tackle Porsches, Maseratis, and even Mansory Rolls-Royces. But this is the final boss, the level beast, the Bugatti level. Honestly, I used to think that filming a full-blown repair series for a Chiron on YouTube was nothing but a dream. The parts are impossible to find, the tech is classified, and the brand is more protective than a secret service agency. But it happened, and it's happening in the most spectacular way possible. Welcome to the epic saga of the 2021 Bugatti Chiron Pur Sport rebuild. Before we dive into this mechanical nightmare and find out if Matt has finally bitten off more than he can chew, make sure you hit that subscribe button for twin power. We're about to go deep into a world where a single bolt costs more than your first car. Let's broadcast this hyper ultimate, German-French, the one and only Bugatti Chiron. But before the wrenches come out, we need to talk about the man behind the machine. Meet Alex Choi. If you've been on the automotive side of YouTube, you know the name. He's based in Miami, lives in a mansion, and claims his wealth comes from Forex trading. Now, if you ask me, it's pretty clear he's playing the fake it till you make it game. In Miami, you can rent a lifestyle, the house, the girls, the cars, to project a success that might not be 100% there. But love him or hate him, Alex knows how to create chaos. He's the guy who jumped onto a Super Bowl field just to win a bet. He's the guy who filmed his Corvette burning to the ground while acting like it was a minor inconvenience because he can just trade for a new one. It's a persona we've seen 1,000 times, but Alex is arguably the most successful at it. Remember that other guy a few months back who lied about buying a Koenigsegg Jesko at 23? Total fraud. Alex, at least, actually had the Chiron, until he didn't. July 2025, Miami. A Pure Sport, one of only 60 in existence, meets its match. And what was the formidable opponent that took down the king of hypercars? A Suzuki minivan. Yes, you heard that right, a Tomnyaya as we call it. The journey to the hangar was a disaster in itself. Matt took the SVJ while one of Alex's crew took a Ferrari 488 Pista. On the highway, a random hatchback slammed into the back of the Ferrari. The bodywork collapsed onto the tire, the drivetrain snapped, and just like that, another supercar was out of commission. It was like a curse was following the Chiron. When Matt finally stood in front of the Chiron, the reality set in. The purple wrap is beautiful, but underneath, it's a graveyard of carbon fiber. The impact smashed the front panels, the radiators, and the active aero systems. Inside, the driver's airbag had blown, and the passenger airbag had ripped through the dashboard, a repair that usually requires a complete interior replacement. Bugatti, being part of the Volkswagen Group, shares some DNA with other German brands, which Matt hoped would be his get-out-of-jail-free card. But the closer he looked, the scarier it got. The insurance adjusters had marked everything in red. The cowl panel, the piece under the wipers, was shattered, and right beneath it, a crack in the carbon fiber monocoque. Bugatti's official stance: if the tub is cracked, you don't fix it, you replace the whole chassis. We're talking about a repair that Bugatti quoted as impossible for anyone outside their factory. Matt called the dealership, and the prices he got were enough to make a billionaire flinch. Headlights, $150,000 for the pair. One fender, $150,000. The hood, $50,000. The iconic horseshoe grille, $80,000. But the money wasn't even the biggest problem. Bugatti flat out refused to sell the parts. Their policy is strict. The car must be at their facility in France. No VIN registration, no parts. Period. Matt realized that if he couldn't get the parts, there was no project. He flew back to England thinking the dream was dead. Then came the auction. The world was watching Copart. Matt knew he needed at least $2 million in liquid cash to compete. He was ready to liquidate his entire collection, cars he had spent years building, just for a shot at the Chiron. But then, a shocker. Matt didn't win. The winner of the most expensive Copart auction in history was Alex Choi. He bought his own car back for $1.9 million. Why? Because he was furious at Bugatti for blacklisting the car and refusing to help. He wanted to prove that with Mate Armstrong, they could rebuild the unbuildable car. Alex even started a war with Bugatti, filming himself smashing the already broken parts with a hammer to show his defiance. Mate returned to Miami, and this time the car was theirs to tear apart. They fired up the 8.0-liter V16. Even with 4 broken radiators, that engine sounded like a thunderstorm. The dashboard was a sea of red lights, transmission failure, airbag errors, EPC warnings. The teardown was a masterclass in engineering. Mate discovered that the front end consists of just 3 massive carbon panels. He also found his first win, the knee airbags. By cross-referencing the part numbers, he realized they weren't exclusive to Bugatti. They were from an Audi A3. Cost £35. He found similar overlaps with Aston Martin DB11 parts for the steering wheel internals. However, the gearbox was the real concern. There was a visible crack in the housing and a leak in the lines. To fix it properly, the entire rear of the car, the engine and the subframe, has to be separated from the carbon tub. Mate Rimac, the CEO of Bugatti-Rimac, even weighed in, calling the attempt to do this in a garage a joke. He warned that the structural integrity and the safety of the airbags at 450 kilometers per hour couldn't be guaranteed. So here we are. The interior is gutted. The front end is naked. We're looking at a bare carbon skeleton, a view of a Bugatti that almost no one on Earth has ever seen. Mate and his team have 1 week to do what Bugatti said was impossible. It's not just a car repair anymore. It's a battle of wills. It's the YouTube underdog versus the most prestigious car manufacturer in history. Can they find the parts? Can they fix the gearbox without the car falling in half? The journey to rebuild the world's most exclusive hypercar has just begun. And believe me, this is going to be legendary.